morning, ladies. It's so great to see you this morning. Thank you guys so much for getting straight to your seats and getting started right away. So today we're going to be working on a bunch of different things. We're going to be working on some sight reading skills. We're going to be talking about dynamics and how we can tell the difference between louder and softer music with our voices. And we're also going to be working on some of the songs that we're going to be doing for music performance assessment. So it's going to be a great time, and I'm very excited to see you. Let's start with talking about the bell work. Raising your hand. What did you notice about the dynamics of this piece of music? How would you describe how loud or soft this music was? Zainab, thank you for quietly raising your hand.
It was like fortissimo.
Yes, when was it fortissimo? All the way through or part of the time?
Like
part of the time. Very good. So maybe towards the end it got to fortissimo, which we said means very loud. Good use of a music term. Awesome. Franny, what did you notice?
I noticed that in the beginning, it started off piano and then it crescendoed into fortissimo.
Fantastic. Good. You used three really good music terms right there. That was awesome. It started out piano, which means, raising your hand?
Very soft.
Soft, exactly. And then it crescendoed, which means?
Kind of rose up.
It what?
Kind of rose into a...
Good. Ooh, that's a good word. Grows. Really good. Yeah, it gradually gets louder into forte, or like Zainab said, fortissimo, gets really loud. The lessons that you saw today were with my two chorus classes here at Venice Middle School. And in the chorus, we work on a number of different skills that have to do with performing through singing and learning about the basics of music and about singing. So in today's lesson, we were really focusing on some of the skills that we're going to need for our music performance assessment, which is coming up in about a month and a half. And that's an opportunity where we get to go to another school and we sing in front of a panel of adjudicators, and they give us feedback on how we can improve as a choir and what they need to work on. Well, in the arts, we're working towards having those types of assessments that they do in the regular core classroom. We, as well as the core classes, we do have the next generation Sunshine State standards for music. They were just rolled out recently, so they're brand new standards that have just been updated and really get to what the kids need to know, what they need to know when they leave middle school, what are the standards for where they should be when they leave your class. So we work to teach towards those standards and try and give the students a well-rounded education in music. Put your things underneath your chairs and stand up position 3 without talking, ready for the warm-up. Oh, goodness gracious, you ladies started out so nice and quiet. Okay, so let's start by doing a quick little game of Miss Crane Says. Miss Crane says, reach up to the sky. Miss Crane says, reach up even higher. Miss Crane says, roll your hands around. And Miss Crane says, drop them. Miss Crane says, roll your shoulders back. Miss Crane says, bring up to your ears. Miss Crane says, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Drop them. Oh, you guys are too good at this. Miss Crane says, drop them. Shake out your hands. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, you're out. Remember, if you're eliminated, stay seated, but still do everything we do from a seated posture. All right, here we go. Miss Crane says, shake out your hands. Miss Crane says, fan yourself. Miss Crane says, doggy paddle. Miss Crane says, birdie. Miss Crane says, drop. Miss Crane says, point your toe. Miss Crane says, flex. Miss Crane says, point. Miss Crane says, flex. Miss Crane says, point. Miss Crane says, roll around. Switch. All right, Miss Crane says stand up nice and tall. You may join us back again, ladies. Nicely done.
Well, today we were practicing our music. First we started with the bell work, which is we had to use the dynamics to describe a piece of music. And then we did some warm-ups to get ourselves ready. It's important to do warm-ups when you're singing, because then you'll be like, your back will be straight and you'll be flexible and your voice will come out better.
It's sort of like sports, but with your throat. And like most sports, you have to exercise. And it's just like singing. You have to exercise before you sing. And it sort of helps me to sing better and project my voice.
The Miss Crane says, it's a fun game. When you exercise, it helps stretches you out so you're ready for singing. And it's possible that you do get out, but you still do it from your chair, so you're still moving, so it's not really excluding you.
And forte. Very nicely done. All right, take your hands all the way up to the ceiling again, fortissimo. Roll your hands around. Bring them down right and stop them right when you get to your shoulders. Slowly roll your hands up to the ceilings and then slowly put your hands down. Good. Feel how nice and tall and open that is. One of the things that I like to incorporate into my lessons that's especially appropriate with the middle schoolers is the kinesthetic connection between what they're doing with their body and what they're doing with their voices. I try and incorporate different motions that teach their body how to produce a good vocal sound, how to sing in tune, how to all these different things that you could say you can just do with them with their motions. So we did an example where we were talking about dynamics a lot today. Dynamics is the volume of the music, how loud or soft it is, and we've talked about the different music terms that we use, piano, forte, that kind of thing. So to give them a real understanding of that in more than just a verbal way, we do it kinesthetically. I want you to show me with your arms how you do each of those. So, all right, I'm gonna call out different ones and I want you to show me with your arms. Here we go. Fortissimo. Pianissimo, piano, forte. Good, I especially like the front row. I like you're doing it with a smile, it's great. Fortissimo, pianissimo, piano, mezzo forte, mezzo piano. Okay, I'm not gonna help you anymore, you're gonna do it on your own. Piano, forte, mezzo forte. Oh, careful, mezzo forte is a little bit, it's medium loud. Fortissimo, mezzo forte. Mezzo piano, forte, mezzo forte, piano, pianissimo, fortissimo, pianissimo, fortissimo. All right, nicely done. And it really helps them make that connection between what they're hearing and what they're doing.
I started singing at home when my parents brought a karaoke machine, and then I came to this school and Miss Crane taught us everything about the dynamics, like crescendo, which means to get like louder over time, and decrescendo to get softer over time.
I've been in chorus for 2 years and I just signed up again because I thought it was fun.
I wanted to be in chorus not only because I like to sing. I used to sing when I was little. It's just a great experience. It's a lot of fun and I think it's cool to do.
I really was interested in music, and I used to know every single word of every single song when the radio came on. I used to sit there clapping and singing along to it, even if I didn't know all the words, just sitting there enjoying the music.
And it's really fun in this classroom because I get to learn things, but I also get to have fun at the same time.
All right, my turn then yours. Sing. No, ni, no, na, no, re. Can you show me the hand sign for new? It's like you're one of those really gross people that plays with their gum. You're gonna pull the bubble gum out of your mouth. Good. Knee. Like a puppet on a string. No. Fantastic. Nay. And no. Beautiful. Let's sing that with our hand signs. 1, 2, ready, and sing. No, ni, no, na, no. And now right here. No, ni, no, na, no. And now right here. No, ni, no, na, no. When you sing ni, make sure to keep an ooh on your lips. It's no, ni. My mouth doesn't move at all. No, ni, no. Ready, and sing. No, ni, no, na, no. And now right here. No, ni, no, na, no. Last one, go. No, ni, no, na, no. Beautiful job. Have a seat in position 2, please.
Well, when I first heard Miss Crane sing, then I really felt more confident, because then if she can sing really good, she could also help me with any problems that I have with my singing.
Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Good, and we've been working on saying more of a re than re. Say re. Re. Say re. Re. Say re. Re. Raise your right hand. I solemnly swear.
I solemnly swear.
Not to say.
Not to say.
Re.
Re.
Good. All right, you can put your hands down. Re.
Re.
Do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi.
Mi, fa, sol.
Mi, fa, sol.
Sol, la, sol.
Sol, la, sol.
Sol, mi, do.
So, mi, do.
Good. My turn. Do.
Do, re, do.
Good, try that one more time. Make sure you don't go too high on re. Ready?
Do, re, do.
Nicely done, my turn. Do.
Do, re, mi.
Good. Mi.
Mi, fa, sol.
So.
Sol, la, sol.
Even trickier.
Sol, la, ti.
Good. One of my favorite sayings is, the more you get into music, the more you get into life. I really truly feel that being involved in music, being involved in the arts is a way to do more than just survive every day, to do more than just, get up and do what you need to do, go to work, go to school, and go home. It's a way to really live and to get a chance to kind of get in touch with your humanity and get more out of life. So that really translates to life skills, because the students are able to learn many different life skills, things like teamwork. When we're working in an ensemble, they have to rely on one another. They have to sing together, and they have to kind of learn how to play off one another and work together in order to make a great ensemble. They also learn confidence. For middle schoolers to get up and sing, it's a big deal, and I try and tell them how proud I am of them for doing that, because it's hard for a middle schooler to put themselves out there, and especially with something that's so personal as singing. And so it's really great that they get the chance to try out their personality on stage and use those skills that we learned in class, that we practiced, to boost their confidence, and then use that going further into their life skills.
Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em
Well, to be part of a group, it teaches us better teamwork, and we can blend our voices really well together. And we learn to become friends and sing as a whole choir.
Singing in front of people, and it makes you kind of just feel good knowing that someone likes how you sing.
The thing about music, I think it sort of like opens me up. It gives me more room to do what I can do, and you just aren't afraid when you're singing.
It's cool to know that I have supporters that also want to be singers, so they can support me, and I have someone to support also.
And then, of course, they also learn a number of skills that we practice with learning the actual music. They learn about how to think critically, about what they're hearing. When we do bell work at the beginning of class, they listen critically and they answer critical thinking questions. And as well as the organization and the discipline that it takes to learn things like sight reading and learning a new piece of music. So it really transfers a lot into life. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna practice a rhythm. We're gonna practice doing some sight reading with our rhythm. So let's take a look up here. There we go, nicely done. All right, so we're gonna take a look at this rhythm. Just take a few seconds and look it over. Look to see where there might be some trouble spots. And then we're gonna try singing it in our heads. Same thing again. We skip the 3, we go to 4. Good. One last tricky spot. Gabby.
Right here, when it moves on to right here.
Yes.
Then you go to that.
Exactly. You got to look ahead. If you remember before, I told you guys a way to think of it. If you're riding your bike, hopefully you're not looking right down at the ground that's right in front of you, because if you do, you'll do something like Miss Crane would do and you'll run into a tree. That's what I would do. You know me, I'm very clumsy. What you've got to do is you got to look out ahead a little bit.
At the beginning of the year, she showed us a flip chart of the places she went, and one of them was a rose, like it was a treble clef made out of roses, because she's telling us about herself while we're telling her about ourselves, because then you get to know each other better and it's easier to understand each other.
I absolutely adore middle schoolers. They have such get up and go and such energy, and they're really starting to kind of form their identities and figure out what they want to be. They start to figure out, okay, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Do I want to be involved in music? Do I want to be involved in a sport? That kind of thing. And so the way that I approach it is I want to be a positive part of them developing their identity. I want to be a positive part of that. So I really try and approach things from a positive perspective with a lot of humor, with a lot of energy to get them up and going and try and meet them where they are. I have some silly putty. And we want, when we make those crescendos, we want to kind of have this smooth, connected feeling like we would have if we were pulling on silly putty. So it should be like this. The river sweeps beneath the sky. You see how it's kind of pulling that through? It makes this great tension, makes a really neat sound. So can you try singing that? Just like with the silly putty. Ready? And the river sleeps beneath the sky. Yeah, good job. Now let's see. I need a volunteer who can try the silly putty. Oh, how am I gonna choose? Sticks, the sticks. Jasmine, would you like to try the silly putty? Sure. Sure. You don't have to if you don't want to. I can choose somebody else. Okay, come on up. Everybody else, put your music in your lap, and you're gonna pretend like you've got the silly putty in your hands. Okay? So just pull on the word sleeps and on the word sky. Ready? The river, ready, and go. The river sleeps beneath the sky. Gorgeous. You can choose somebody else who can do the silly putty.
Zoe.
Zoe, come on up, Zoe. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Ready? And the river sleeps beneath the sky. Nicely done. Zoe, you can choose one more person.
Can I pick the stick?
Yes, go for it. Absolutely. Don't accidentally choose Jasmine again.
Kyla?
Kyla, would you like to? She's like, yes, please, silly putty. Good. All right, Kyla, here we go. Now this time, start a little softer and then get louder. So instead of the river sleeps, it should be the river sleeps beneath the sky. Start softer so you can get louder. Ready? And the river sleeps beneath the sky. Nicely done. We're going to continue this time, and I want you to look at your music and crescendo on the words where you think there should be a crescendo. I'll let you do it one more time. We did an activity where I had the students take a little piece of silly putty in order to kind of show them how to make that crescendo happen in that little phrase. And using the silly putty, we had a couple of different things that went on there. First of all, for the students, it was a tactile thing where they could really take and feel the silly putty, something middle schoolers love. Getting a chance to do some of those little silly things. But it was also the kinesthetic. They were really feeling how that note should grow and pull, how there should be a little bit of a friction there that makes it really come out in that beautiful line. It was also visual there as well. The students could see how it should grow. More than just hearing me say it, they could see how it was supposed to grow, how it was supposed to crescendo. They could feel how it was supposed to crescendo. And it also is memorable. It's something that they'll remember. I can say now at the next lesson, remember when we used silly putty? I need some silly putty on that note. And they'll, without even realizing it, do exactly what I expect them to do. So it's a great way to make connections with all those different learners.
It helps us to crescendo, which is like getting from softer to louder. And you could just think of someone doing that and you get soft, then you get really, really loud and loud and loud.
Well, it kind of helps us by telling us how much to crescendo and stretching out the beat a little so that we can project more.
Ready? And breathe. The river sleeps beneath the sky. Go on. And holds the shadows to its breast. Let's go back and let's try that again. I'm gonna help you out on the piano this time since we're still just learning this. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go. And ooh, can you give me an even bigger st at the end? sing hold the shadows. Ready, go. Ah, yes, that was awesome. I got into music by being involved in school music, just the way that my students were. I've been involved in music since I was really little. I've been singing as long as I can remember, but it was really in middle school where it started to become a part of who I was. When I was in middle school, it started to become a part of my identity. I was a singer, I was a musician, and that kind of influenced the rest of my life. And I really started realizing after that how important it was to me and how much I really wanted to have that same impact on my students. Even if they just sing in a community chorus when they get older, or they, just listen to music critically, it still becomes a part of them. And that's why I was so influenced when I was in middle school doing music. That's why I want to be a part of their lives at this time.
It makes me feel really motivated to learn music because she's always in a happy mood, and she always cheers us on. She doesn't, like when we get upset, she makes us feel better, and we just get more into the songs and stuff.
I think the class that I'm in is a very good class, and Miss Crane, her being nominated for the Teacher of the Year was awesome. She's just a great teacher. She's really inspiring.
I feel unbelievably honored to be chosen as Teacher of the Year, and it really means a lot to be recognized by my peers. We do a lot of really great work here in the music department. We're really trying to build the program and to get recognition for that, and to get recognition for all the hard work. It means so much to me. It really, especially coming from my peers, because they're the ones that see the everyday, the in and out, what we do with the kids, and they're the ones that are working so hard as well. And it's great to even to be nominated was fantastic, and then to be chosen, I was pleasantly shocked. It was a great experience. I'm very honored. An administrator once told me that Venice Middle School has the fun of a middle school, but the magic of an elementary school. It's a really great environment where it really does feel like a family. The teachers, we collaborate, everyone's extremely supportive of one another. We work together for what's best for the students. We really try to make it so that each student can find something that is something that they're interested in, whether that's in my class with music or in the other encores that we offer. We offer now TV production, drama, all sorts of different opportunities for the students to find where they belong and to really succeed in this environment. It's a really great environment of camaraderie and support, and especially for the arts. I've had so much support from the other teachers and from the administration, so it's a really great collaborative environment.
1, take 2, 3, take 4. 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1.
Nicely done! You know what I loved about that? Even when there were a few mistakes, you just kept singing, just kept singing, just kept singing, singing, sing. What did you do? You say. Thank you, Dory. I appreciate it. That was great.
So it's not like a boring class period. She tries to actually interact with the class so you have a good time while learning. Because I think she has a really good teaching style, and she is one of my favorite teachers.
Well, she's a very nice teacher. She doesn't have a bad temper. She doesn't have a bad attitude. She has a great attitude. She's always on top of things, very organized and responsible. And she makes sure we learn, but while we're learning, we have fun.
I think it's important to keep the arts in schools because it helps students do more than just survive. It helps them to live. They can discover more about themselves, they can learn more about the world around them, and they can really come to know what it's like to be a citizen of the world. By being involved in music, I learned how to be more open-minded, I learned how to be more confident, and I learned how to be a leader. I learned how to experience other cultures through music. I learned many different life skills that have helped me to really understand what it's like to make beautiful music, to make beautiful things together in a collaborative way. The arts take all those positive things and bring them all together in a great way that can really impact students. I'm extremely proud of my students. This year, the program's really starting to come together, and they've done such wonderful things. They come in with a positive attitude, they try their best, and they are really my pride and joy.
Across